demonstrations happening around the country and here at home. Protesters still out tonight in Colorado Springs.
And only on News 5, we're taking a step back in time, digging deeper into the topic of systemic racism and how it's spanned generations. News 5's Colette Bordelon went to the Pioneers Museum today where she learned about the history of protests in our city. Colette.
Whether it was the women's suffrage movement, the prohibition of alcohol, or even the civil rights movement, our local museum has been documenting these versions of those protests, many of which happened right here at City Hall in the same place as what we're seeing today. Different generations.
Got my little girl. I want her to know what's going on with history. I think we're making history like as a people, to be honest.
In front of City Hall.
All colors and everything came together.
In the same spot where many stood decades ago.
Extremely surprised. I did not even know that that was a part of our history, so it's really special to be here right now.
Like those who came out to protest before them, showing solidarity for the march in Selma.
All history is local.
Matt Mayberry is the director of the Colorado Springs Pioneers Museum. He oversees everything to do with preserving and interpreting our region's history.
So that whoever is sitting in my seat in 50 or 100 years will be able to use that information to make context of these times.
They've collected signs from the protests and plan on interviewing people involved with them to understand their motivation.
I don't think you can make sense of the world today without understanding the origins stories of the background of what brought on the George Floyd protests.
Some background found a document from Charles Banks, who was involved with the NAACP from roughly 1930 to the 1970s, saying the people of Colorado Springs are riled up about police brutality, demanding an investigation, which was done by a 5-man committee, but back then, Banks asked why the citizens couldn't have appointed the committee, a similar request we see nowadays.
Helped understand the present by understanding the past.
Moments captured, giving context to a story we don't know the end of just yet.
People care, and that people want to see this and they want to have a voice. It's exciting.
In the pursuit of equality, both past and present. Mayberry says they're also documenting and preserving parts of history related to the COVID-19 pandemic. He says this process is essential to giving context to moments of history that we're currently living in for those people years down the road. Always watching out for you, Colorado Springs. Colette Bordelon, News 5.